Good morning, students. Today our topic is constants and variables. Second one, intervals. So first we'll take the first topic, constant and variables. To explain this, I'll take three examples. One is area of the triangle, that is half into BH. Okay. The next one, area of the circle pi r square. And the third one, volume of the cuboid, that is length into breadth into height. So on this example, we are going to discuss about which are constant and which are variables. Okay. So see the first one. Here you will have half. This half remains unaltered during the mathematical process. So that is to find the area of the triangle. So when you use this formula, half is half. It will not change while finding the area of the triangle. Okay. So the quantity which does not change during the mathematical process is called the constant. So therefore, in the first example, the constant is half. Okay. So next one, we are moving to the variables. Okay. So in the variables, you are having two types of variables. One is a dependent variable. Another one is a independent variable. Okay, independent variable. Okay, you see, you consider this example. Here b is nothing but the base and h is nothing but the height. Okay, see, b and h are independent variable, while a, that is area of the triangle, is a dependent variable. Because if the base is like this, base, and the height is like this, you will get this triangle. So this is the area of the triangle. If you extend the base, okay, if you increase the base, okay, the triangle will be bigger, so that the area of the triangle also more. So if the base changes, the area will change. So the area, changing the area depends on the base as well as height. So a is a dependent variable. It depends on the base and the height. So the base and height are independent variable. Coming to the next example, area of the circle. So that is pi r square. On that, this pi, so you know very well about pi. So pi, you can write, it is a constant because its value is 22/7, that is 3.14. It is approximately, isn't it? Okay. So throughout the process, throughout finding area of the circle, pi remains constant. Okay. And you see that here there are two variables, a and r. Okay. So r is the independent variable, the area depending on the radius. Okay, but radius is small, the area of the circle also small. If the radius is bigger, the area of the circle also bigger. So the area of the circle depends on the radius. So that's why the radius is independent variable and a is the dependent variable. Coming to the same, the third example, volume of the cuboid, L into B into H. On that there is no constant. Okay. So here volume is the dependent variable. It depending on length, breadth and height. So these three are independent variables. So first topic we have cleared. So now we are moving to the second topic. What is it? It is intervals. Okay, before moving to the intervals, you should know about the number system. Okay, so first, you know very well about natural numbers. So natural numbers, how you can denote? It is denoted by the symbol n, isn't it? Okay, so which are natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, etc. These are natural numbers. And next one, we'll go for whole numbers. The whole numbers can be represented by the symbol W. 0 is included. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. These are whole numbers. And the next one, integers. So negative numbers and the positive numbers are included in integers. It is denoted by the letter Z. So it will have etc. -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, it goes on. So the next one, we are moving to the rational number. So rational number, it is denoted by the symbol Q. Okay, so it is in the form of, Q is in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. So it should be in the fraction is of the form Q by P by Q, where Q not equal to 0. The rational number, it's either terminate or it has infinitely periodic decimal. So the next number, you know very well, it is a irrational number. What is a irrational number? It is denoted by the symbol Q dash. Okay, so the Q dash is neither terminating nor infinite periodic decimals. Okay, so see that the next one is a real numbers. So real number is denoted by the symbol R. It is nothing but Q union Q dash. That is rational number. The union of rational number and the irrational numbers are nothing but the real numbers. So natural number, if you consider 3, okay, you can write as a rational number 3 by 1. Okay, in the same way, natural number, whole numbers, integers, rational number, irrational number are all, everything is so called the real numbers. Okay, so while moving to the intervals, so first we should know about the real line. So for that only we have learned the real numbers. What is real line? Okay, so the system of real numbers, can be represented by a point on the line, and a point on the line can be related to a unique real number. Okay, you see that if you draw a line, okay, line it goes on. So here this end will denote minus infinity, and here you will have plus infinity. This minus infinity and plus infinity, they are not the numbers. They indicate the ends of the real line. Okay. So here I have marked the number 0, 1, next 2, 3, 4, etc. And here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Like that if we mark, the real numbers can be represented by a point on the line. Okay, if you consider a point, this point, okay, it can be related to a unique real number. So this number line is called the real line. So on the real line, the value increases when we go to the right, and the value decreases when we go to the left. For minus 1 and 0, if you consider, your minus 1 lies to the left of 0. So minus 1 lies to the left of 0. So the minus 1 is less than 0. So the value increases when we go to right side, and the value decreases when we go to the left side. Okay, so minus 1 lies to the 0. So therefore minus 1 less than 0. If you consider 1 and 3, your 1 is lies to the left of 3. So 1 is lies to the left of 3. So 1 is less than 3. So therefore, if x lies to the left of y, means x is less than y. Okay, there is no gap between the line. Okay, there is no gap between the lines. So therefore, any two real numbers, there are infinitely many real numbers. If we consider 1 and 2, okay, you will have infinitely many real numbers between them. Okay, so we have very clear about the real line. Now we are moving to our topic. What is it? It is an interval. What is it? It's an interval. See that interval is a is denoted by the symbol I. So a subset I is the subset of R. Okay, the interval is a subset of R if it has to satisfy two conditions. One, this I contains two elements. I contains at least two elements. What is that? I contains interval எழுதணும்னா ரெண்டு element at least இருக்கணும். At least how many elements? Two elements. How many elements? You will have two elements. Okay. How the two elements? One more condition is there. What is it? The second one. And A comma B belongs to I. And A less than C less than B. If it's so, then your C belongs to I. Okay, A comma B belongs to I and A less than C less than B means, which implies your C belongs to I. Okay, so see that I'll consider first set of natural numbers. What is it? Set of natural numbers. We are going to check whether it is an interval or not. Okay, I'll mark the set of natural numbers on the number line. Okay, you take this. This is it starts from 1. Okay, I'll go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay, so in the real line I have considered the real line. I'm going to mark the natural numbers alone. Okay, so which are natural numbers? To mark it, I'll use the two symbols. One is okay, unfilled circle and the filled circle. So unfilled circle indicates the point is not included. The point include aglena and the mele above that you have to write the unfilled circle. Okay, the filled circle indicates the point is included. The point is included means we have to use the filled circle. Okay, and unfilled circle indicates that the point is removed or it is not included. Okay, but here using this we are going to mark the natural numbers on the real line. So what is it? It's 1, next 2, next 3, next 4. Okay, and it goes on. I'll take this alone. But now what we are going to do? We are going to check the set of natural numbers is an interval or not. Okay, so interval means what? It's a subset of, any interval is a subset of real number. Yes, of course, natural number is a subset of real number. It contains at least two elements. Okay, I'll consider, what is it? 1 and 2. Okay, the two numbers I have considered. Okay, you see that the second point, A comma B belongs to I. So 1 and 2 are natural numbers and you see that A less than C less than B. So I'll take 1.1. How is your 1.1? It is 1 less than 1.1 less than 2. Okay, if it's so, if it is an interval, this 1.1 belongs to the interval, isn't it? But you look at this 1.1, it's not a natural number. So therefore this condition fails. So what's the meaning of this condition? So AB, if we have two elements, in between AB, all the elements in between A and B should be present in that interval. But here 1 and 2 I consider, 1 is a natural number, 2 is also a natural number, but between numbers 1.1, 1.2, 1.5, so everything does not belongs to the interval because this 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 is not a natural number. So we conclude the set of all natural numbers. Set of all natural numbers is not an interval. Okay, it's not an interval. Like that, the set of whole numbers, the set of what is it? Prime numbers, it's not an interval. Okay, so for interval, for the example of interval is, I'll consider two examples. The first one, the set of all real numbers, set of all real numbers. Okay, set of all real numbers, this word is important. Set of all real numbers x such that 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3, if you consider this example. Okay, so see now, here I will mark in the real line. So here you will have 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1 here, 1 less than or equal to, what's the symbol is used? Here it is equal to, here also it is equal to. So therefore we can include, we'll include 1 as well as 3. Okay, here what we consider? The set of real numbers, okay, between 1 and 3. So we have to mark the real numbers, all the real numbers between 1 and 3. Okay, you see that this is a interval. Okay, this is a interval because we will consider 1, 2, in between all the real numbers is also belongs to the interval. Okay, so it is called the interval. I'll go for the second example. The set of all real numbers, set of all real numbers greater than 0. Set of all real numbers greater than 0. Okay, so you see that if I mark on the number line, so it is minus infinity and it is not a number, it indicates the n points. So we'll go for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, so set of all real numbers, again what is it? Real numbers, how it is? Greater than 0. Okay, greater than 0, so 0 is not included. So what are the numbers will come? Greater than 0, and it goes on up to infinity. Okay, so all the real numbers between 0 to infinity is included. So therefore this is also interval. Okay, so intervals, you will have two types of intervals. One is a finite interval. What is that? One is a finite interval. Another one is a infinite interval. So finite interval means you should not think that it contains only finitely numbers, finitely real numbers. Okay, it does not mean that it contains only finite number of real numbers. Okay, infinite and finite, both intervals are infinite sets only. Okay, why I am saying like that? Listen now. If you see that on comparing these two intervals, both are intervals I have said. The first one is a finite interval. The first one is a finite interval. It is a finite interval. Why so? And this is the infinite interval. Okay, see, you finite interval, one, the set of real numbers between 1 and 3, now you will have infinitely many real numbers. It is an infinite set. This also infinite set. Both are infinite set only. But how we can differentiate finite interval and infinite interval? Okay, so the finite intervals, it contains both n's, and both n's are finite numbers. If you see that, what is this? And the interval starts with 1 and end with 3. Okay, see that. So the n points are finite numbers. So those intervals are called finite interval. Okay, it starts with 1 and ends with 3. So it represents, okay, we'll draw the line segment. So the intervals correspond to the line segments are called finite intervals. Coming to the second example, I have said infinite interval. So it starts with 0. but it goes on. So it represents the end. Infinity represents the end, but it goes on. What is it? Only one side you will have finite number, next side you don't have. So this kind of interval is called the infinite interval. We'll have the starting point, we know it, but ending point we don't know. So this is called the ray. So infinite intervals correspond to ray. The intervals correspond to ray are called infinite intervals. Okay, you see that in that finite interval you will have two types. Finite interval you will have two types. Okay, so one is a open interval, another one is a closed interval. Okay, so open interval means we have to denote like this. Okay, here I use parenthesis to denote the open interval. For the closed interval, I will use the square bracket. Okay, there is a difference in it. Okay, so open interval means this does not contain both the n numbers. So open interval does not contain 1 as well as 3. So how to mark 1, 3? You see that the number line. So if you draw the number line, it's minus infinity. Here you will have plus infinity. 0. Here 1, 3. If I have to mark the open interval 1, 3 means. So see that the open interval means does not contain 1. So 1 is not included. This point is removed. So how to mark? You have to mark the unfilled circle above it. And 3 is not also in 3 is also not included. So above that you have to mark the unfilled circle. So in between what you will have? You will have all the real numbers in between 1 and 3. So எல்லா real numbers except அந்த end points. Okay, so it is used parenthesis. This is called the open interval. Open interval means what? It's a set of all real numbers between those ends. Okay, but the end points is not or not included. So the next one is a closed interval. How to mark the closed interval? There is only one difference. What is that? Both the ends are included along with in between real numbers. Okay, so I'll mark here 0, here 1 and 3. Okay, so here 1 is also included. What is it? 1 is also included and 3 is also included. Both the ends are included along with the set of all real numbers in between them. This is called the closed interval. Okay, so see that now we are moving to the types of interval. So types of interval. So for that I draw the tabular column. So here I need 4 columns. First one is an interval. Next one I have to denote the notation. The third one I am going to write it in the set form. And the fourth one diagrammatic representation. Okay, see that? What is it? First one I am going to write the interval. The second one adoda notation. Okay, notation. Third one set I am going to write. Next one diagrammatic representation of the interval. Diagrammatic representation. Okay, so first we'll go for finite interval. The finite interval you will have 4 types. One is open interval a comma b, and the closed interval a comma b, and it's a one side open and one side closed. Okay, here we have, so the 4 types of interval you will have. Okay, so here I have taken a comma b or real numbers and your a is less than b. Okay, a is smaller than b. Okay, it's an open interval. Open interval means what? It is a set of all x such that a less than x less than b. That means a and b is not included. How we can represent here? So it's a finite interval. Why it is a finite interval? Both the n points are there. So they are finite numbers. Okay. So here it is minus infinity. This is plus infinity. So a I'll represent here. Here you will have b. So how to mark the diagrammatic representation? A is not included. So unfilled circle you have to use above A, and B is also not included. So you have to mark the unfilled circle. So in between the real numbers will come. So all the real numbers between A and B, that is the open interval A comma B. And the next one, we are moving to the closed interval A comma B. So here I have used the square bracket. That means what? It is a set of all real numbers. It is a set of all real numbers such that A less than or equal to X less than or equal to B. Okay, A is also included, B is also included along with in between the real numbers A and B. Okay, so in diagram, how we can represent? You can represent a real line. It is minus infinity. Here you will have plus infinity. Here I marked A, here it is B. So what is A is included. So therefore, filled circle above that you have to mark, and in between the real numbers. Okay, so come to the next one. What is it? It's a half open closed interval. So A is in the A side, it is a open interval, that is parenthesis used, and B side square bracket is used. So it is a set of all real numbers such that A less than X less than or equal to B. Okay, A is not included but B is included. So in the diagram, so when you mark on the real line, it is minus infinity plus infinity. Here A and B. So above A is not included. The point has to be removed. So unfilled circle has to be used. And here it's a filled circle. Not only that, the between all the real numbers has to be included. So the next one is what? It is a set of all real numbers X such that A is included and B is excluded. So in the set you have to write in the diagram. How will you mark? So you have to mark A and B because A is less than B. So A should be to the left of B, and here A is included. So above A you have to mark the filled circle. Above B point has to be removed. So unfilled circle has to be used. In between all the real numbers will be included. Okay, so this is for the finite interval. In the same way, we'll go for infinite intervals. So infinite intervals. Infinite intervals. So infinite intervals also we can use A to infinity. And the next one, closed bracket A to infinity. Okay, next one, it is minus infinity to B and minus infinity to B. Here it's a square bracket. And the next one, minus infinity to plus infinity, or we can represent what it is. It is nothing but the real number. Okay, so 5 types of infinite intervals we can have. You look at this. This one end is we know A, but another end we don't know. So this is called the infinite interval. So the rays correspond to infinite intervals. Okay, in diagram, in set notation, how you can denote? It is a set of all real numbers X such that A is less than X less than infinity. Okay, and you see the diagram. So on the diagram, it is minus infinity to plus infinity. So here A included and A and B is there. So A is not included. So you have to mark the unfilled circle. So from A to the real numbers up to infinity. So it is another infinite interval. So the next one we are moving to What is here? What's the difference? Set of all real numbers x such that a less than or equal to x less than infinity. Okay, here on that diagram, how will you mark? It is minus infinity to plus infinity. Here I mark a and b. So here what's the difference? This a should be included. So filled circle has to be used. The set of all real numbers greater than a. Okay, including a also. And the next one, third one, it is a set of all x such that first minus infinity less than x less than b. This is set of all x such that minus infinity less than x less than or equal to b. In this interval, b is not included. Here b is included. Okay, so for this, the third one, the diagram is minus infinity to plus infinity. Here I marked a and b. Okay, so see that for this one, third one, for the third one, the diagram is here minus infinity to b. So minus infinity here, b is not included. So it will come the set of all real numbers starting from minus infinity to b, and b is not included. Okay, so here how to mark this as the fourth interval? It is minus infinity to plus infinity. Here you will have a, here you will have b, and b is included. So above that, above b, you have to use the filled circle, the set of all real numbers from minus infinity to b. The next one, minus infinity to plus infinity. It's a real numbers, whole real numbers has to come, isn't it? So set of all real numbers x such that minus infinity less than x less than infinity. Okay, so the whole real line starting from minus infinity to plus infinity, the whole real line has to be included in this interval. Has to be included in this interval. This is called the set of all real numbers. Okay, while using infinity or minus infinity, so we'll use only the open parenthesis because it's not a number. It represents, it indicates the ends of the interval, ends of the real line.